Hey Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mont. Welcome into Chat Sports, and today we're going to go ahead and give you guys the latest Philadelphia Eagles news and rumors. A lot of interesting stuff going on. It was a weird week in the world of Philadelphia. We'll start with the weird story of the day. You probably saw this on Twitter, but more details have been released. Dallas Goedert was punched and knocked out. He was basically attacked in a South Dakota bar last week, and the incident has finally resulted in an arrest. It's a crazy thing that took place in South Dakota, again, last week at a bar. Dallas Goedert was presumably just chilling with his friends, and then apparently just got jumped and attacked by a random guy at the bar. We'll get more to that here in just a second. If you want to see the video, I'm sure you can Google it and see it. It's pretty crazy to watch Dallas Goedert get absolutely sucker punched and then knocked out on impact. Bleeding Green Nation has a great quote on this from the Philadelphia Inquirer saying, quote, "A source told the Inquirer's Les Bowen that Goedert was with some friends and family, and two guys kept saying disrespectful things. Goedert walked over to tell them to chill before the punch came in." So this, of course, is a big year for Dallas Goedert, taking away, let's go to the football field side of this versus just the, the crazy happened in a bar side of this. The football side of this is that this is a very big year for Dallas Goedert, who is still the number 2 tight end behind Zach Ertz, but it's expected to pursue or basically take over an even bigger role in the Eagles' both passing and rushing attack as he's blocking and receiving throws from Carson Wentz at the same time. The hope is right now is that with Zach Ertz's contract coming up and soon, same with Goedert's, that he has a really good year and proves his worth as a former second-round draft pick in the NFL draft. And there's more stuff on this. Apparently, the adult male who punched him in the face was Kyle Douglas, allegedly, was Kyle Douglas Hadala, who was 29 from Sarasota, Florida, and he's been charged with simple assault, according to the online report. Looks like Dallas Goedert was taken to Averill St. Luke's Hospital, where he was treated and then released. So he should be good to go. A couple of the Eagle teammates came to his defense on Twitter and said, anytime, any place, I'm there, I'll back you up. But really just a crazy story overall regarding Dallas Goedert. The good news is he's fine. Again, hospital, released, not a big deal, just a sucker punch, got knocked out, and of course was able to eventually get discharged from the hospital and should be good to go. Crazy to be at a bar right now, I guess, in today's climate with what's going on, but South Dakota is pretty far away, so I don't know the rationale behind that. But overall, the good news and the first news is, of course, Dallas Goedert punched, knocked out, hospital, but he's fine and should be good to go. And hopefully there are no more crazy off-the-field incidents like this in terms of with Dallas Goedert or any of the other Eagles. I'll ask you guys this. Would you guys back up Dallas Goedert or any Eagle player in a big bar brawl? Would you be ready to rock to defend your share of your favorite Eagle players? Type Y down below for yes. Type N down below for no. If you're saying yes, though, that means you're probably a diehard fan, right? If you're a diehard Eagle fan, then you're like, okay, yeah, where is he? I'll back up Dallas Goedert. If you are a diehard fan, then go ahead and also subscribe to Philadelphia Eagles Now, because I don't know why you are a diehard fan if you're not subscribed to Philadelphia Eagles Now, because we cover the Eagles in depth as possible here, as much as possible, and hopefully you guys enjoy all the great coverage we have day in and day out here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. The big story of the day behind the Dallas Goedert craziness is that ESPN keeps stoking this Jamal Adams fire, and even though I keep saying no, it's not going to happen, ESPN keeps saying yes, they're actually the best fit for Jamal Adams, better than Dallas, even though I think everyone kind of realizes that Jamal Adams wants to go to Dallas. He was quoted driving by in his Mercedes G-Wagon saying, "I'm trying to get to the Cowboys," and yet recently Adams liked a picture of himself in midnight green, and actually it was Deshaun Jackson who posted a picture of Jamal Adams in midnight green. More on that here in a second, but the question really is for me right now, despite ESPN saying that this is where he should go, he should be an Eagle, does Adams really want to be an Eagle? Again, I mentioned he was driving by in a fan video and recently told some random Jets fan, "I'm trying to get to Dallas, like I'm trying to become a Dallas Cowboy." So if he wants to be a Cowboy, does that mean he doesn't want to be an Eagle? Now, the Eagles and Cowboys were both on his list of destinations he wants to play for, along with the 49ers and the Seahawks and the Ravens, all the good teams in the National Football League. Apparently the Bucs is on that list now, according to multiple sources. But the big thing is for me is, why is ESPN saying the Eagles are the number 1 landing spot? And 2, would he actually want to be an Eagle? So first off, here's the photo that Deshaun Jackson posted on his Instagram. Some fan obviously made this. It's Jamal Adams in an Eagles 33 midnight green uniform. Looks fantastic, by the way. I mean, the visor, it looks great. I mean, this would be a lot of Eagle fans would be very, very excited about this. I think all Eagle fans would be excited about this, but it looks really good overall. Before I show you what ESPN said, though, and that's the big meat of this story, do you guys want him to be an Eagle? Like, I've asked this before, but do you want him to be an Eagle? Type 1 down below for yes, type 2 down below for no. ESPN's Mike Clay is the one that we're quoting here. He said, quote, Philadelphia currently ranks among the league leaders in cap space, has a major need at safety following the offseason departure of Malcolm Jenkins. Linebacker and edge rusher depth are also weak spots, which makes Adams' versatility very intriguing. The Eagles are also in need of a guard help following Brandon Brooks' injury, so perhaps a deal including Adams and Brian Winters could be in the cards. Okay, so he says that the Eagles are among the league leaders in cap space. The answer, of course, is yes. They're number 4 right now behind the Browns, Redskins, Lions, and then, of course, the Jets are behind them. They have like $24 million in cap space, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on when you watch this video. The problem is they have no cap space next year. Like they're $50 million in the hole, and so the Eagles' hope right now is to roll over some of that, like, the old AT&T rollover minutes. Like, if you're really old, they're hoping to roll over their cap space. That way, the $50 million they're over will be a little bit less next year. So this idea that the Eagles have the third, fourth most cap space in the NFL is a little bit exaggerated. Now, I did like the idea of throwing Brian Winters, the guard, into this, because if you look at what Brian Winters has overall, he is a player, a guard for the Jets who's competing for his job, has been a veteran, has been a starter or guard, but at the same time makes a decent amount of money, like $7 million this year, and could be good trade bait to entice Philadelphia into making this trade. 2 birds with 1 stone. The problem is it's going to cost a lot. They've already said they want a first-round draft pick, and you throw in Brian Winters, it's going to cost even more. So here's your mock trade right now. The Eagles would, of course, give up their 2021 first and their 2021 third, meaning 2 early picks to go ahead and get Jamal Adams, and they would get Jamal Adams, and they would also get Brian Winters. Now, this sounds great, but again, a 2021 first and a 2021 third for 2 players that you got to pay a lot of money to. Remember, you got to restructure Jamal Adams' contract. It's just a lot to go ahead and swallow overall, and I'm just not sure I'm willing to give that one up. That's probably what it would take. That's why I'm showing this. I'm not saying that I would do it. I'm just saying that overall, this is a lot to go ahead and give up, and with ESPN saying you have all the money and you need these spots, yeah, you might need this spot, but you don't have all the money to go ahead and give Jamal Adams a massive contract in the future, which is why I'm saying no. But it's up to you guys. Who says no, right? Type E for Eagles, type J for Jets. Who would be the winner in this trade? Honestly, I think the Jets would take this trade in a heartbeat. I just don't think the Eagles are going to do it because, again, the cost is just way too high. Why not just wait a year and then draft a top safety in the draft in 2021 and hope he turns out to be Jamal Adams? I know Jamal Adams is special, but still, good Lord, that's a lot to go ahead and give up for a guy who will start and be a great addition to the defensive back depth chart, but it's just a lot to give up. Winters would look good at guard, though. I mean, that would be the nice spot, is that Winters would go ahead and fill the guard spot. But again, it's too much to give up. ESPN's a little crazy here. I wanted to debunk their idea that the Eagles are the perfect fit for Jamal Adams today on Philadelphia Eagles. Now, before we keep going, the Eagles did trade for Jamal Adams. That number 33 jersey would look really sweet in midnight green. And, of course, we would have it for you guys if they made that trade for you guys to purchase. But right now, the other Eagle jerseys, players who are actually Eagles, are currently on sale right now. So all Eagle jerseys right now are 20% off, only $79.99, $80 for an authentic NFL Nike jersey. You got Carson Wentz's jersey. You obviously have Deshaun Jackson's jersey. And you can even throw in Zach Ertz. I mean, take your pick of Eagle players. They are all 20% off, basically $20 off right now. Chat Sports has an incredible deal going on in terms of getting this. Chatsports.com/Eagles jerseys is the place to go ahead and pick those up, as they are 20% off right now. Grab your Eagle jersey before they are no longer on sale. It's a deal right now, especially for you guys. Chatsports.com/Eagles jerseys. Okay, final bit of news here. Brandon Brooks recently spoke to NBC in Philadelphia last week, talking about his injury and the torn Achilles. But the big takeaway is that he thinks Andre Dillard has bulked up, and Andre Dillard is going to be really, really good at left tackle going into the 2020 season. So Brandon Brooks said this about Andre Dillard, quote, "None of that college body, that noodle body, none of that. He's been hitting the weights, man, getting strong. I try to push him every day. You know how it is playing O-line. There's no excuses. You got to get it done." So he says no more of that college body, that noodle body. He's been hitting the weights and getting strong. Playing weight right now for Andre Dillard is about 315 to 320. If that can go up a little bit and he gets that NFL body, transitions from the college body, that would be huge overall for the Eagles' offensive line depth chart, which right now has a hole at right guard, and you can technically argue a hole at left tackle because no one really knows just how great Andre Dillard is going to be at left tackle. Now, I think he's going to be good, and if Brandon Brooks is coaching him, one of the best linemen in the National Football League, I think he's going to be good to go, but it's good to hear that he's bulking up and getting stronger and is going to be great. I think Dillard should be good to go, and this is even better news to go ahead and back up my theory on that, because when you have a guy like Brandon Brooks, and even Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson, and formerly Jason Peters, you have a lot of good offensive linemen in your ear trying to get you to be great and get you to that next level. I think that's another reason why Philadelphia is very confident in starting Andre Dillard at left tackle, because for Brandon Brooks has given him the seal of approval. He's training him. He's trying to get in his ear. That's all good news for both Carson Wentz and the Eagles' offensive line as a whole. There you go, though. All the time we have for today here on Philadelphia Eagles Now, trying to get you guys the latest news and rumors. Dallas Goedert getting punched is crazy. He's okay, thankfully. Obviously, the Jamal Adams, flames are continuing to be stoked, despite the fact that I don't think many Eagle fans truly believe the Eagles would trade for him, but I guess we'll see. And finally, Andre Dillard bulking up, trying to get bigger, trying to get better. That's exactly what Philadelphia needs. And hopefully that O-line is healthy, for the most part because of Brandon Brooks, but healthy overall, and gets Carson Wentz a lot of time to make a lot of touchdown passes to the brand new wide receivers on the Philadelphia Eagles roster. Again, all the time we have for today here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. I'm Thomas Mott, signing off to the rest of your day.